Awaken your power. This is Mindset Mastery.
You think overthinking is protecting you, but what if I told you it's quietly destroying your life? Not in a loud, dramatic way, not in one big explosion, but in small, silent pieces every single day. And the worst part? You don't even notice it happening because overthinking feels responsible. It feels safe. It feels like planning, preparing, predicting. But underneath that feeling, it's slowly killing your confidence, your time, and your peace. Let's break this down. You know why this topic matters? Because almost everyone thinks their overthinking is logical, or careful, or just being smart. But what you call caution often becomes a trap that makes you hesitate when you should move, a trap that makes you doubt yourself even when you're right, a trap that makes life heavier than it needs to be. Think about it. How many opportunities have you lost? Not because you didn't have the ability, but because you sat with the decision too long. How many times have you replayed a conversation in your head for hours, even though nothing you imagined actually happened? How much emotional energy have you burned analyzing things you can't control? This is why we need to talk about it. Because overthinking doesn't just slow you down. It drains your self-respect. It weakens your presence. And it steals the life you're meant to live. So let's break down the hidden ways overthinking is quietly killing you, and how you can finally break free from it. First, overthinking kills your confidence by making you believe your own fears. When you think too much, you don't see reality. You see worst-case scenarios. You see imaginary disasters. You see problems that don't even exist yet. Picture this. You need to send a simple message, but instead of typing it, you analyze every word. You rewrite it 5 times. You wonder how they'll interpret the tone. You imagine what they'll think. You imagine how they'll respond. You imagine the embarrassment if you choose the wrong words. And suddenly, a 5-second task becomes a 20-minute mental war. What did you gain? Nothing. But you lost something important. Your ability to trust your own judgment. When you overthink, you constantly choose fear over action. And every time you do that, your brain learns the same message. I can't trust myself. And that, right there, is how confidence dies. Quietly, slowly, privately. Second, overthinking destroys your time, your focus, and your momentum. You know that feeling when your body is sitting still, but your mind is running a marathon? Your mind keeps spinning. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if they think this? What if I fail? And while all that thinking is happening, your life isn't. You're frozen. You're stuck. You're alive, but not living. Because action creates progress, but overthinking creates paralysis. Think about the last time you wanted to start something, a project, a message, a workout, a conversation. You didn't fail because you tried and lost. You failed because you never even started. Overthinking convinces you that waiting is safer. But what is waiting costing you? Days, months, years? Some people lose entire decades because they can't stop overanalyzing every little detail. Not because they're incapable, but because they never gave themselves permission to move. Third, overthinking destroys your relationships. You start assuming instead of asking. You start imagining instead of communicating. You start interpreting silence as rejection. You take neutral actions personally. You create emotional storms in your head, and then react to those storms as if they're real. And guess what happens? You pull away, you shrink, you become distant. Your friendships get weaker, your trust fades, your energy feels drained. Not because people don't care, but because your mind is fighting battles that don't exist. Overthinking isolates you. It makes you feel misunderstood. It makes you expect disappointment. It makes you doubt the people who actually care. You lose connection, not because of reality, but because of the stories your mind keeps telling you. Fourth, overthinking kills your peace, the thing you need most. You tell yourself you're just thinking things through, but the truth is, you're mentally torturing yourself because you're not solving problems. You're creating new ones. You're not preparing for the future. You're reliving the past. You're replaying mistakes. You're imagining regrets before they even happen. You're fighting imaginary battles and losing real happiness in the process. Peace doesn't disappear in one moment. It fades slowly, quietly, with every unnecessary thought you feed. And one day you wake up wondering why everything feels heavy, when the weight came from your own mind. So, what's the solution? It's not to stop thinking. It's to stop drowning in thoughts that go nowhere. Action kills overthinking. Clarity kills overthinking. Boundaries kill overthinking. And self-trust kills overthinking. The more you trust your gut, the less you'll need to torture yourself with 100 scenarios. You don't need perfect answers. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need perfect outcomes. You just need to choose movement over mental chaos, because the truth is simple. Overthinking won't protect you. It never has. It only steals the life you're trying to save. Here's your takeaway. Overthinking is not wisdom. It's fear disguised as logic. It drains your confidence. It kills your momentum. It damages your relationships. And it destroys your peace. Your mind was not built to solve everything at once. It was built to move, to act, to adapt, to grow. So start trusting yourself more. Start doing more and doubting less. Start living instead of rehearsing life in your head. Your peace and your future depend on it. If this video hit you in any way, drop a comment and tell me which part spoke to you the most. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Take care of your mind, and it will take care of your life.